I was born and raised in a small farm in Israel with great connection to the earth. And I grew up with tremendous great love to the earth that it's actually with me throughout all of my exploration as a sculptor. That particular love to Mother Earth and that connection, this primal connection, is connected through every single piece I made through my career as an artist. As a child, I realized that I wanted to be a sculptor, but not only that I realized that I wanted to be a sculptor, I recognized that that's who I am, and that's what I'll do my entire life. When I was 14, I finished school in Israel, and I skipped high school, and I lie about my age, and went directly to art school when I was about 15. When I graduated school, I realized that I really need to explore more internationally. And so I applied for a grant to the America-Israel Culture Foundation. And I was the youngest visual artist that ever got it. And it was a grant by them to come to the United States for me to study in New York and work in New York and continue my career. Then I came to the United States and moved to New York, came on the student visa to study at Pyatt Institute. I had friends in New York. We rented a loft in Soho together. When I moved to New York, my first reaction was that I made the worst mistake of my life. Because I came from this village where I was totally connected to the earth. And I said, what did you do to yourself? You remove yourself. But within 1 week, I actually recognized that the urban environment of New York is as natural as my village. And it's actually the natural habitat of human. And I start to try to look for things within this natural urban environment. And what happened is that at that time in Soho, they were ripping up all the bluestone sidework. So suddenly I find materials that I can relate to and connect me to in the same way to the earth. I start finding those materials. I brought it back into my studio. When I start to explore the materials, the bluestone that I got from the streets, I came with an idea of what I wanted to do, the shape of the sculpture I wanted to do, and start working with it. And then what I realized is every time I tried to create the shape I wanted, the natural formation of the rock would always break to the layers. And I remember very vividly the moment where instead of fighting the materials to do what I wanted to do, I kind of surrendered to it and allow it to inspire me. And that's where my current style of my work that I'm known for come from. It's my understanding of the formation of the stone in nature and understanding the characteristic of it and respecting it. I have the paving materials, that's the bluestone, or slate, that is a roof shingle. And what I do is I have the idea of the figure that I want to do in my head, and then I start carving it, carve each individual layer from the bottom, and it's almost like I see the figure in the air, kind of fill it up by layer by layer. I carve each individual layer by hammer and chisel, so it's all very handwork. When I work, I don't wear earplugs, I don't have music. My body is so trained that the sound of the stone tells me exactly what the strength on the hammer I need to hit to achieve the angle in the stone. And then I carve those individual layers. The large pieces is with the hammer and chisel. With the slate, I use clippers. Then I stack the pieces on top of each other in balance until the figure is finished. Sometimes I will do a small piece that I like, that I will do a bigger version from. Because the layers are natural, they are not unified. I have to adjust, I kind of work with it as I go. I select the different colors of the materials. Then when the piece is finished and balanced, I glue it, and then drill it and bolt it for permanency and safety of the viewers, because I cannot allow a piece to be loose, as if someone leans against it, something can happen. You know, I've been doing it for many years now. I've been doing it since '85. So how much is 30 years? It's my unique style. I'm identified all over the world. The work of making it is extremely long. It's very hard to do it, but I totally credit that to that moment that I had the courage to surrender to the materials and work with it instead of forcing it. So it's a partnership that it's totally equal between me and nature, and with great respect to all of those experiences that I had that brought me to where I am today. My work doesn't have features. It's really the general figure, and it just talk about the humanity of the figure. Throughout history, you recognize that most of the way artists use to achieve likeness is by detail of feature. Because of my style, I cannot achieve detail of feature. But I know from experience that you can recognize someone even from the back if you know them. So throughout all my growth as a sculptor, when I had an experience that seems to be true to me, I always use it as a rule that I would continue to work by. I never drop those rules that are those moments where really connect me to that primal connection to the earth. One of the things that I feel very lucky about working with the materials that I do, I always know that my life, it's a second in the life of the materials I work with. Those stones were not what they were millions of years ago. And so there is a certain understanding that I'm actually working within a very, very short period of time, and it's kept me humble.